Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to discuss chapter 3 understanding quadrilaterals of class 8 CBSE. Today we're going to cover exercise 3.1, question 2 and question 3 in this video. So let's begin. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, do subscribe and ring your notification bell. Here I have question number 2 displayed for you. So question number 2 says, how many diagonals does each of the following have? We have a convex quadrilateral, a rectangular hexagon, and a triangle. Basically, let us understand these shapes. Alright. Now, what do you mean by convex quadrilateral is nothing but if you quadrilateral is a shape or a figure having four sides. Alright. So, now what do you mean by convex? That's quite simple. Convex is nothing but outward. Alright. A shape which has outward direction. In sense, this has outward. Now let me take an example of concave. You'll get a better understanding of it. Alright. So this is inward, isn't it? This is inward. So this is known as concave polygon. And a convex is outward. Alright. So let us quickly draw a convex quadrilateral. Here we have it in the solution A part. So now what does the question say is how many diagonals each of the following have? In sense, what is a diagonal? You must be knowing it. If you know, that's quite easy. If not, I'll be just saying it to you now. A quadrilateral has four vertex, isn't it? Now these are the vertex which are present. So diagonal is a line segment that joins the opposite vertex. For example, vertex A has its opposite as C. So when we join them, it is known as a diagonal. So we have joined them, right? So this is one diagonal that we can make. And we have the other two vertex which are B and D. So we'll join them and make another diagonal. Therefore, a convex quadrilateral can have a maximum of two diagonals. Alright guys, I hope this was quite clear. Let's move on to a rectangle hexagon. What do you mean by a hexagon? Is quite simple guys. A hexagon is nothing but which contains 6 sides. A quadrilateral is 4 sides. A hexagon is 6 sides. And a triangle is 3 sides. Alright. Now, since we have this as 6 sides, let us quickly draw it. So we have an hexagon in front of us. Let me label all these points as A, B, C, D, E, F, right? Now, when I do this, you can clearly observe that the vertex A, let us start with the vertex A. So it has an opposite diagonal as D, isn't it? So the first diagonal of A will be D, right? This is the first diagonal in our hexagon. And the second diagonal will be AE. Since this is also an opposite vertex, alright. Now you can very well observe that A can again be joined with C to make a diagonal. Alright. So these are the diagonals that can be made out of the vertex A. Now let us move on to vertex B. So in the vertex B, we can join B and F, which makes an diagonal. And now we can join B and E. We can also join B and D. Alright. Now, this is done with vertex B. Let us move on to vertex C. In vertex C, we can join C and E, C and F. These are the only two possible outcomes. Alright. So now going with D. The vertex D can have only one diagonal which is possible. Alright, it has many diagonals which is possible, but we have already joined them like AD, DB and so on, right? So these are the diagonals that are possible in a rectangular hexagon. If we count them all, we get 9 diagonals that are totally possible. Alright guys, let's move on with triangle. Since we know that triangle has three sides. Alright, so we do not have any opposite vertex for A or C or B. Therefore, there is no diagonal in a triangle. Alright, let's move on with question number 3 guys. Here I have question number 3. So the sum of the measures of the angles of a convex quadrilateral. So we have to find out what is the sum measures of a angles in a convex quadrilateral. So to basically understand this, we already know what is a convex quadrilateral. Let us draw that down. So it has four sides here and it is outside. So there is no side which is inwards. Therefore, this is an convex polygon or convex quadrilateral, right? So now guys, basically the question says to find out the angle sums of this quadrilateral. So how do we find out? Is quite simple. Basically we know that in a quadrilateral the measures of four angles are 360 degree. Alright. So now as you can see that if we join the points B and D, there are two triangles made out. One triangle and the second triangle. Alright. So now basically you can focus here that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 angles that can be done in this quadrilateral after drawing a diagonal, right? So now basically focus here. It's really easy to understand this question. Since we have two triangles, first triangle sum will be 180 degrees, isn't it? Why will it be 180 degrees? Because of the angle sum property of a triangle. Now the second triangle angle sum property is also 180. So now what can you derive from this? The whole angles, if you just add it off, which means 180 plus 180, that gives you 360, right? So now the angle sum property of this convex quadrilateral is 360 degrees. Alright, so now let's further read out the question. Will this property hold the quadrilateral if it is not convex? Make a non-convex quadrilateral and try. So let us try out. What do you mean by non-convex? It is nothing but concave, isn't it? So let us quickly draw it off. Yes, we have an concave quadrilateral which has inward direction. Now let us try out. Now if you basically draw a line segment which is from point A, point B and point D. Let me join that. So you can observe that there are two triangles formed out. Triangle number 1 and triangle number 2. Right. So if you clearly observe in this quadrilateral as well, we have 6 angles. Right. So angle number 1, angle number 2, angle number 3, and here we will go with angle number 4, angle number 5, angle number 6 over here, right? So basically you can say that the first triangle sum will be 180 degrees and the second triangle sum will be 180. So if you add them up, your total sum will be equal to 360, isn't it? Therefore, the angle sum property of this convex quadrilateral will also be 360 degree. Even though it is a concave quadrilateral, your total sum will be 360, guys. So that's quite interesting to solve question number 2 and question number 3. If you really like the video, do give me a big thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Do share my videos and write a comment down in the comment box below.